Good evening and welcome. Let's take a look at our top story. Moscow police have opened a criminal inquiry after anti-Kremlin activist and political blogger Yegor Zhukov was beaten up outside his home. Now, pictures of Zhukov's bloodied face were shared on social media by his supporters. The attackers are said to have fled from the scene on scooters. The 22-year-old student, who was a leading figure in last year's anti-government protests, was taken to the hospital after being assaulted by two people outside his apartment in western Moscow. The Moscow police force said that they are seeking to identify and detain the assailants. If convicted of assault, Zhukov's attackers could face up to 2 years in jail. Now, the Kremlin has said that it hoped the attackers will be punished. The 22-year-old was among the people detained in Moscow in July 2019 in one of the biggest crackdowns on anti-Kremlin demonstrations in recent years. He and other protesters were demanding free elections. Last year, a Russian court found Zhukov guilty of inciting extremism on his YouTube channel and banned him from using the internet for 2 years, a move that he dubbed as politically motivated. He was also expelled from the Moscow University. Meanwhile, the European Union has condemned the attack, saying that it reflected Russia's poor human rights record. Now, we are being joined by Julia Chapman live from Moscow for more on this. Good evening to you, Julia. Police have opened a criminal inquiry after the anti-Kremlin activist Zhukov was beaten up. What is the latest that you have for us?
Well, we do understand that a criminal case has now been opened and police are investigating in an effort to try to find the assailants behind this attack. Yegor Zhukov was beaten up outside his home on Sunday and taken to hospital. Those close to him say that the people who attacked him then escaped by scooter. We're seeing a number of scooters on the streets of Moscow now. They're very prevalent around the city. And we understand that the two people who attacked Yegor Zhukov may have escaped via those scooters. We don't know very much more. We know that Yegor Zhukov was taken to hospital for treatment. He shared photos on social media of his bruised and bloodied face after that attack. And the Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov says that he hopes that the guilty will be found and held accountable by the law.
Right, and the European Union has condemned this attack and saying that it reflects Russia's very poor human rights records, and especially with this attack coming so soon after the suspected poisoning of Alexei Navalny.
Well, there's no reason to link the two incidents. This may indeed have just been a targeted attack by those who were out to get Yegor Zhukov. We'll have to wait and see what the results of the criminal investigation unveil. But of course, Yegor Zhukov was a very outspoken person, critic of the Kremlin. He has a YouTube page. He is prominent on opposition radio channels as well here in Russia. And he's come under fire very frequently for his views after coming to prominence last year when he was one of thousands arrested in protests here in the streets of Moscow, where demonstrators were making their voices heard after opposition figures were blocked from taking part in local elections this time last year. He was later found guilty of extremism, of spreading extremism on his YouTube page, and received a suspended sentence. So he remains in freedom as a result of that. But he has been very outspoken and may have become a target due to his political views.
Right, Julia, thank you so much for bringing us all the latest there.